Hey guys, John here. It's John Barry. Today we'll be taking a look at Square Enix's PlayArts Kai Final Fantasy 15 Aranea Highwind. As you can see, it's our typical PlayArts Kai box with a magnificent artwork on the front. As always, the cover can be opened. Anyways, here's the right side, the back side, the left side, the top, and the bottom. And now we're back to the front. And now let's take a look at the figure itself. If you played Final Fantasy 15, you already know that Aranea is such a cool, strong, and overall badass character. But the real question here is, did PlayArts Kai make a badass figure of her? Well, this figure is beautiful and packed with a ton of details. For example, her dragon emblem, which looks wonderful. I really dig the glossy black on her armors. Also, the sculpt is top notch. Every detail is sculpted fantastically. The female body anatomy is also caught amazingly, and the overall proportions look very nice. All the complicated armor designs are present with crispy clean paint job. Especially her shoulder pads. It looks so cool with the red and black. All the silver buttons is painted and sculpted very well. And I love the gunmetal paint on this. Here's a closer look at her chest armor. It definitely looks amazing and is indeed sexy. Again, I love the red and black scheme that runs throughout her armor. I like how PlayArts Kai went beyond to add textures to the underpart of the armors. That shows that they really paid attention to details. All of her belts and straps are nicely done. There's no paint leaking to her skin. Moving on to her legs, I think her leg armor looks really cool. I like how each segment is overlaid the other ones, yet it still has a smooth look to it. I gotta mention that this black paint also has some glitter in it. That helps the black pop out more. Unfortunately, this is where the paint is not the best. The red lines look a bit shaky. Speaking of red, here are her shoes. They have beautiful black shade and silver buttons look great. Most of the time, the shoes look fantastic. Most of her and the details and paint and sculpt are very good. But I know what you guys really want to know. And let's get this out of the way. Yes, the figure's face is very gorgeous. Is it accurate? Kinda. It still looks beautiful enough for you to not complain though. Her hair is molded and painted very good with shining silver hairs. For me, I really like the skin tone and more importantly, her eyes. It does not look crooked. The eyes are a cold, piercing green. Which is wrong, by the way. But Square Enix did her eyes very well, so I can overlook this mistake. And I also learned that they're very good at makeup. Just look at her eyebrows and eyelashes. They are crazy clean. Also, you can't forget about her lips. They look very juicy. Moving on. Here's a quick rundown of the back. The wrinkles here are incredible, and her cape and skirt has some sweet shades. And that's all. For her accessories, what she comes with is the standard amount the PlayArts Kai usually gives to us. So you can't expect a ton of accessories, but these accessories are essential to the character. She comes with 4 extra hands. They have a great sculpt and paint job. And now let's take a look at the first pair, the holding hands. It looks great with 3 spikes popping out of it. And here are the 2 relaxing hands. Like the other hands, they are very well done too. Anyways, let's check out her weapon, the Star Spear. Well, at least the top portion of the spear. It looks awesome. The details are superb with a black and red scheme. Again, the glitter in the black really helps. Oh, and it's also kind of sharp, so don't stab someone's eye out. And now onto the lower half of the spear. The metallic silver pieces are the only new things about it. Otherwise, it's just black. But it's still awesome. To make it become the Star Spear, you gotta find the hole first and then put the peg on the lower half through the hole. And bam, there it is. So magnificent. Man, and here are my favorite accessories. Her wicked helmet. Just look at that thing. The design is so unique. Well, minus the hairpiece. Anyways, it is so wicked. And you know what else is wicked? The paint job. It is very clean, so no complaints here. I also like this joint or mechanic piece here. It doesn't actually move, but it's the design. It's pretty good. If you want to make Aranea wear her helmet, all you have to do is remove her bangs, and then quickly put the helmet on so that thing doesn't appear in your dreams, and there you go! Aranea with her awesome helmet. Lastly, her crazy hair clip. Believe it or not, it is a hair clip, and a deadly one at that. Overall, it's just black with a sinister blade on tip. Important thing to remember here is that don't bend it too much because I see that it might snap. So, only move it at the joints. In the game, Aranea is very quick and energetic. However, the articulations are just decent, not the greatest. Many of the joints are limited due to her design. The articulation requires you to play around with it a bit first before you figure out which design or pose you like.
So, the head can look back. We'll tilt back just a tiny bit because of the collar right here. Not that much. The ponytail, you could kind of move it back and forth, swivel, kind of like that. Not much. Side, side, tilt, tilt, swivel. The standard. The shoulder can move up and down like so. Can also go forward and back like that. Can't really go up like this way because of the shoulder guards, but you can go all the way back here and all the way back like that. You can also twist right here at the biceps and down here at the elbows. And the elbow could bend all the way up like that very nicely. The wrist, back, forth, you could twist it as well. The chest area. You could tilt it down very slightly. You could also move it side to side and swivel very slightly, not much. The lower abdomen, you could bend back like so and bend forward. The legs. Well, this one you can't really move because of the hip cape here. So this one, very slight. Also back very slightly. You can twist up here, and you can also twist like right here too, separate. The knees can bend all the way back like that, very nicely. The ankles. You can twist up here. Can tilt like that. As well, like that. The capes. Well, up here, these things are not really joints. They just made of a really loose plastic. So don't play with them too much, they might break. These ones down here though, they are joints. So they can move up and down. So you can twist them, like that.
Measuring. She stands at almost 10 inches. Here's a quick comparison to Noctis. I think the height between them is actually pretty great. Noctis should be taller than Aranea according to the wiki. And now to Luna Freya. And here's to Cloud. For the sake of being random, here she is next to Lightning from Lightning Return. Whoa, the scale here is so off. Anyway, here is to my childhood hero, Kamen Rider Zio. And now for my final thoughts. For the longest time, I secretly hoped that Player Sky would do a figure of this character because she's such a badass. And now that I have it, does it live up to my expectations? Yep, no doubt about that. The paint job is just very nice. Its sculpt is beautiful and done well. The articulation is just fine and workable if you don't want to pose her in any, Spider-Man pose like crouching. And her face. Come on, you gotta love it. She looks good. Such a better job than Cindy. The only negative thing about this figure is that her spear is just too goddamn heavy for her hands. It always drops down after posing it. Also, this figure just has way too much sharp objects. I swear, I got stabbed and scratched so many times while making this review. And the figure also has a hard time to stand up, and that could get annoying. Sure, some parts of it also has some sketchy paint job. Therefore, the final verdict is a 4 out of 5. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe so I can see you next time. And remember to take care.